Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In the last couple of years, people have increasingly started using the term cold when describing composed or cold-blooded players. Some say that you can only be born with it, but I believe you can gain the trait of being cold. Here are 5 steps on how you could become cold. Step 1. Be different. You've probably noticed that most people who are cold are not like everyone else. So you need to make sure that you stand out. If others use walking or cars as the method of transportation, you choose something different. If the majority eat junk or fast food, you eat something different. If others ask you why you're so different, you can say it's just who you are.
What would you know about me?
This will already give you a cold image. The most important thing is to do everything differently from the majority and make it look absolutely normal for you. Kanye West, just by making opposite of the norm decisions, created unrivaled cold aura around himself in the last 10 years. But you don't need to be as different as Kanye.
Like, I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
Carlos Valderrama, just by having a unique and weird hairstyle, is considered one of the coldest players in the history of the game, and a legend, despite having his best career moments in MLS. It's a great example of how one unique feature can completely change people's perception of a person. But as I said previously, don't do too much if you don't want to be seen as weird instead of cold. Step 2. Talk less. To become cold, you don't need to talk a lot. Your actions should speak louder than your words. You need to create the illusion that whenever you decide to talk, it means it's important and everyone should listen, not just some random chatter. One of the most important things is to not to be loud. When you're loud, you automatically come across as heated, not cold. Ryan Gosling is a great example of how becoming cold doesn't require much effort. In fact, I still don't know what he sounds because I watch all his movies in my native language.
モカちゃんが教えてくれたいろんな見た目になれるアプリなんだって。どれどれ
But he's still cold. Leo Messi, despite some autistic allegations, became one of the coldest players on earth by destroying everyone in every match without saying a word. It's rare for someone to provoke him, but when it happens, you can be sure he will destroy them without saying much.
Un poco all'interno al finale. Mira, wow.
Step 3. Show less emotion. This is something directly correlated with coldness. Most people, whatever the event, can control their emotions. If you can learn to control your emotions, your level of coldness will significantly increase. You don't need to become an emotionless stone. You just need to reduce the amount of emotion you express. Roger Federer, who for 15 years made pro tennis players look like dysfunctional people competing in the Paralympics, was very emotional in his youth, but over time he learned to control it, which helped him dominate the tennis world. Ivan Toney, with one of the coldest penalties in football history, or in other words, the creepy starring contest with the keeper, became one of the coldest players in the world. But it seems coldness isn't that important in modern football, as he hasn't been able to leave Brentford for the third season in a row. Step 4. Put in less effort. To become cold, you must understand that you literally don't need to do much. You should take everything for granted. If you're late for a meeting, you won't run and hurry like a scared cat. You will walk. If someone is screaming at you, you won't scream back. You'll just ignore them. Or if your friend says Arsenal is going to win the league, you won't argue with him. You'll just delete him on every social platform. The main point is to create the image that you are better than everyone.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Nikola Jokic, who considers playing in the NBA as a 9-to-5 job,
Yeah, now you are an NBA champion, Nicola. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
won 3 MVP awards in the last 4 years. He never looked like he was trying. On the contrary, he looked like he was competing in some creator league, not the best basketball league in the world. Mario Balotelli was one of the best strikers in the world at some point, without even trying. Like when he couldn't put on a bib by himself without help. Yes, someone could say he could become much better, but he still has one of the biggest collections of the cold celebrations in the history of the game. Step 5. Have a celebration. This is the last step and no less important than the previous 4. There is no point in successfully completing all 4 previous steps if you don't have a cold celebration. Celebration is something that will directly associate people's minds with you. Whatever you do, you must have your unique cold celebration. An American basketball player, D'Angelo Russell, was one of the first to hit a cold-blooded celebration that became even more popular than himself. Everyone started copying his celebration without even being cold themselves.
Ice in the fucking veins, mate! Fucking love that, you cunt! Send that to your fucking friends! Out fucking played!
So over time it becomes cringy. Cole Palmer, or as some people call him Cole Palmer, who already associates himself with coldness, became known mainly because of his celebration. He doesn't have great looks or charisma, but because he followed all the steps mentioned in this video and most importantly had his own celebration, he became one of the coldest men on this earth. And if you could do that with his facial features, you could do it too. These were the 5 steps on how to become cold. I hope this video will help you reach your goal. That's all for today. See you soon.